All right, so welcome back, everybody, to the deep dive. And today we are going to take a deep dive into something pretty consequential,
Yeah.
something that has really kind of reverberated through the years. And we're going to take a look at the meeting between Donald Trump and Volodymyr Zelensky in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of material to go through. We've got articles from the New York Times, CNN, Fox News, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
And then we got some social media trends. We got some search terms. This meeting got everybody talking.
Yeah, it really did.
We had Lindsey Graham weighing in, Sean Penn. Even Whoopi Goldberg chimed in on this thing.
Wow.
And so, there's a lot of different angles here.
Right.
There were a lot of rumors flying around about what happened in the Oval Office. Zelensky's attire became a big topic of conversation.
I remember that.
And there was even talk of a shouting match. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to unpack all of that today, figure out what really went down and why it matters.
Yeah.
And even all these years later.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember this meeting didn't happen in a vacuum, right?
Sure. Yeah.
This was a really tense time in U.S.-Ukraine relations.
Yeah.
The conflict in eastern Ukraine was already underway, and Zelensky, this was his first visit to the White House as president of Ukraine.
Yeah, he was looking for support.
Exactly. He needed help against Russian aggression. But at the same time, you had Trump dealing with a huge political crisis back home. I mean, the impeachment inquiry was in full swing.
Oh, yeah. It was a crazy time in American politics.
Yeah.
And, that impeachment inquiry was all about whether Trump pressured Zelensky to investigate his political rivals, in exchange for military aid.
Yeah.
And this meeting took place right in the middle of all of that.
Yeah.
So you can imagine the level of scrutiny the whole thing was under.
Oh, absolutely. Every word, every gesture was analyzed and overanalyzed.
It sounded like this meeting was a total minefield. I mean, how did the news outlets cover it? Were they all on the same page?
Oh, not at all. The reactions were totally divided as the American public itself.
I can imagine.
You had some outlets, particularly those leaning right, like Fox News, they praised Trump's stance on Ukraine.
Okay.
They focused on his commitment to providing military aid and his tough talk towards Russia.
I see.
Painting him as a strong leader, standing up to Putin.
Okay, but I imagine other news sources had a different take.
Oh, absolutely. Outlets like CNN, they were highly critical. They emphasized the potential quid pro quo.
Right.
They suggested that Trump was more interested in using Zelensky for his own political gain than actually helping Ukraine.
Right. They were concerned about the potential abuse of power.
Exactly. And, they highlighted the pressure that Trump might have been putting on Zelensky.
Wow. It's amazing how one meeting can be interpreted in such wildly different ways. It seems like everyone saw what they wanted to see.
Right. That's the nature of politics, especially these days, with the media landscape being what it is. But beyond the partisan interpretations, there were a few specific details about the meeting that really caught everyone's attention.
You mean like Zelensky showing up without a suit and tie that was everywhere?
Oh, it was everywhere. Zelensky's choice to dress casually for his Oval Office visit was seen by some, like Brett Baer, on Fox News as a breach of protocol.
Right, a sign of disrespect.
Yeah, exactly. But others saw it as a sign of Zelensky's down-to-earth style, a deliberate move to portray himself as different from the typical stuffy politician.
Huh. So even something as simple as clothing can become a political statement.
Oh, absolutely. It fed into these broader narratives that were already forming around the meeting. Was Zelensky trying to send a message? Was it a calculated risk?
Yeah.
It definitely gave everyone something to talk about.
And then there were those whispers about a shouting match between Trump and Zelensky. Did anything like that actually happen?
Well, there's no official confirmation, and we don't have any video footage of the meeting itself.
Right.
But some commentators like Brian Glenn claim that things got pretty heated between the two leaders.
I can see why that would add fuel to the fire. Trump already had a reputation for being unpredictable, and a shouting match would only reinforce that image.
Exactly. These rumors, whether true or not, played into the existing narrative surrounding Trump's personality and leadership style, and they made people question what really went on behind closed doors during that meeting.
So we've got this meeting with huge stakes, conflicting interpretations, and even rumors of a shouting match. What does it all mean? Why should we still care about this meeting years later?
Well, I think this meeting became a flashpoint, a microcosm of the deep political divisions within the U.S. And the complexities of the U.S.-Ukraine relationship. It also raises some important questions about how events are shaped by individual personalities, political pressures, and media narratives. We see how these factors all came into play in this meeting.
And when we consider what's happened since then, the escalation of the conflict in Ukraine,
Mm.
the ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Russia, it makes you wonder what role this meeting might have played in shaping the course of events.
It's a question worth pondering. Could different choices, different words have led to a different outcome? It's impossible to say for sure, but it certainly makes you think, how much did this meeting contribute to the current situation in Ukraine?
Yeah, it really makes you think about the butterfly effect and how even seemingly small events can have far-reaching consequences.
Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to examine these moments in history, to try to understand the forces that shape our world.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but it certainly gives us a lot to think about.
It does.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Oh.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.